Are you? Are you?
All right, they can hear us now.
Oh boy.
So, as I was saying, it's lo-fi hip hop beats.
I call it lofi because that's what I called it when I first started listening to it. But I don't. I'll basically call it like whatever, like whatever. Like if I'm in a conversation with somebody and they call it lo-fi, I'll call it lo-fi. But if I'm in a conversation with somebody that calls it lofi, I'll call it lofi.
Hmm.
But I call like if I'm talking
I-
like, to myself, then I call it.
See, I'm not sure though. Like, is it Japanese or is it like I don't
don't know.
think it is.
Not necessarily, because like it's.
Will Google say
it's-
it?
Well, no, it
Ooh.
depends on what language you put it. If you put it in English,
Hmm.
it might be like it's Yofi, but like, you know what I mean?
I
guess.
think. I think.
Not Andy 420 says it's Lofi.
I don't
Stop
think it's
screaming
American.
Lofi.
I don't think that's an American word.
Lofi is not an American word.
There's no way.
So that's why, like, I feel like Korean, Vietnamese, Japanese, something with ease at the end. All right,
Something with ease.
something that ends with ease. So
Probably.
I wanted to bring up our first topic.
Luffy.
All
All right,
right,
that's fine. Oh wait, you
Oh.
want it like now?
In
I
Spanish,
will
it
now
says
bring it
Luffy.
up. The
All right, I'm ready.
Transformers versus Gundam. Okay, I am not very familiar with the Gundam universe.
Neither am I.
Neither am I.
Oh great, first topic.
So-
We're nailing it.
So we're all biased towards Transformers here, then obviously. So I'm going to argue in case of the Gundams. Okay.
But you don't know. Never mind. Go ahead. Never
I-
mind.
So for one, we know they shoot laser beams. Okay.
Do that?
So the technology's already on par with Transformers because Transformers also shoot laser beams.
But they
Well,
turn into cars, Josh.
But they can transform,
Okay.
and they're made out of
Okay.
a
They
special
can
metal,
turn
Josh.
into-
Okay,
Cars.
but if we're going by original like G cartoon, Megatron turned into a fucking gun.
He's a handgun, yeah.
All right, so how you gonna try and diss my boy Flying Centurion, whatever he is? I don't know. You're dissing him, and like he doesn't turn into a gun. He just stays a robot, and he like flies around really
Exactly.
fast.
And,
like,
Starscream
he doesn't
can
turn into a gun.
jet, and like Starscream
He
turned
did-
like a jet,
Alright.
and he was gone.
Do you know how OP Megatron is with that handgun?
He's stupid.
I
Like, he
have
is-
seen him blast Starscream to death in
Yes.
that one cartoon. That was
I remember
brutal,
that.
man.
Dude, Megatron is crazy strong for being like the same thing as everyone else. Like he's
But
got
he's
like
really- he's
crazy
really not.
strength.
He was a gladiator, right?
Megatron?
Yes.
Um.
He fought in the pits
Yeah.
of Chaos.
All right, Josh. Which Transformers are you talking about?
I'm talking about the comics, dude.
Oh,
I'm the original is the Generation 1 cartoon.
the cartoon. Heck yeah.
I'm talking about the comics that came like after that, based off the G cartoon, the
I-
G1 cartoon. They're based off of because like I know the series didn't receive that much hype starting out until like a couple years after its release. But like when the comics hit, like bro, it's good. Like actually, really good.
I've never read a Transformer
Weren't-
comic in my life.
I have one. I don't remember what it's about. It's a little after, like them on Earth. It's like them when they get back to Cybertron. But weren't the Decepticons just like a newer model that could fly?
I don't think so.
I'm
I
pretty
mean, that makes sense because, like, if you look at like all the Decepticon, like they have a helicopter, they have a jet, they have like another like space-looking jet.
So do the Autobots.
Have you heard of Jetfire?
That's true.
Jetfire, Slipstream, Thunderstrike, Airstrike. I don't
No.
know.
All right,
Something
so-
Didn't
strike.
know.
The flying Autobots didn't come around till much later. There was
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's more flying Decepticons. I mean, not necessarily.
yeah, but flying. What I mean is the Decepticons didn't have to transform to fly.
Oh,
They could
yeah, I
just
see
they
what
could
you're
just
saying.
fly.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. I got you.
Anyways, so the point is Gundams can also fly. Okay.
Yeah.
And in
But
terms
what are
of
they
like
made out
how
of? What are
fast
they
they
made
can
out of?
go,
Trash.
Huh?
They're trash.
metal.
What, metal? Huh.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
You want me to give you the atomic composition of the metal they're made of?
I don't know what
'Cause-
kind of metal are they made out of, and is it
I'm not,
stronger
I'm not
like-
than
asking
is
directly.
it
but-
stronger than the Transformers metal? All right.
Well, I feel like they got some carbon. Maybe some
Awesome.
titanium.
What's the metal called?
Like
I
I got
don't
some
know.
carbon.
If I
Josh.
had to guess, if I had to take a guess, and we're just basing off the materials that Earth is capable of producing, and the fact this thing tanks like it tank
Tonks.
blast.
Tonks.
It tanks tank blast. All right. I think it's made of tungsten.
So it does tongue.
Yes,
It
that's
does,
that's
it
why
does tongue.
tungsten is the strongest metal on Earth. It has the highest melting point, and
Can always
people
look it
make
up.
lightsabers with it.
I did not
I
know that.
swear.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude,
I
you can make a lightsaber with it. Have you seen the Hacksmith? That
I don't
dude,
think so.
he made a lightsaber out of tungsten.
Oh yeah, I do. I saw that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was
So
really
he just-
cool.
That is awesome.
Superheats the tungsten to the point where it's basically super hot, and he can cut through styrofoam like it's nothing. It takes a while for him to like cut through wood
So
and
he
stuff.
legitimately makes like a cauterizing like lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem is a lightsaber is a plasma-based weapon.
Well, I know. Yeah.
A fucking rod that's superheated is not plasma. As much
No,
as I
but
wish it was.
It's probably the
no.
closest we're gonna get for a while.
Wait, which guy made like the blowtorch one?
I think that was also Hacksmith.
Was it? I think that one was better by the end, wasn't it?
Yes. I don't know. The dude makes a lot of stuff. His Phase 3 lightsaber, which is like the proto saber, he has it like hooked up to like a car battery on his belt.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
That man's gonna make an Iron Man suit.
I know he
can't-
is.
and I'm ready for it when it happens.
Dude is he has intellect that I do not have.
Speaking of Iron Man, you ready for my topic of interest?
Sure.
All right. Either of you into the MCU at all?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yes.
Okay. How about WandaVision?
No.
No.
I've heard
Okay.
reviews about WandaVision.
Okay. Because that there was of course like all this talk about how like after Infinity War Endgame like Marvel is like pretty much done. Like the MCU was like that was the pinnacle and like that's pretty much it.
It should be.
It's not. It is not.
I know
They-
it's not.
They took it and they ran with it. Like they basically they started off like they created a whole new age of what Marvel was about to be and they nailed it. Like WandaVision is supposed to be about like it's 2 weeks after Endgame. Like it's very close. Like it's about Wanda's like struggle, like trying to get over the fact that she lost Vision for it. Like she literally lost everything. And like it's basically her journey of trying to get over that, like you'd think, and then all of a sudden like you see them in the 50s living together and you're like, what the hell? And everybody thinks it's like an alternate reality. And as the show progresses, like everybody gets these new theories in their head. Everybody thinks about something. I have never heard a theory that was correct about that show until the very end.
So-
Nobody was right about it.
Can I bring in something real quick?
You're more than welcome.
Wanda is actually a mutant
Yes, she
from
is.
like the X-Men stuff, right?
They've
So
So
actually
where's
like,
Magneto
yeah.
at? You know that Magneto
Yeah,
would
where the
like
heck is Magneto?
Magneto would donk on like all these villains, man. Like Ultron, dude, he'd just be like, "These are my children,"
Yeah.
He
and
actually
just
would
turn
be.
them on a fucking
They
metal
also
ball.
killed Quicksilver way too early.
They did.
Actually, I did not like that Quicksilver.
That was not a
Which
good
one?
Quicksilver.
The Ultron Quicksilver?
Yeah. I
Yes.
thought
Yeah, he was bad. The X-Men Quicksilver. Oh, I forget the actor's name, but he was way better in.
Oh, he
the X-Men.
was such a good Quicksilver.
All I'm gonna say.
Sweet
Watch
dreams are
WandaVision.
made of this.
I don't know if I want
Watch
to pay for Disney Plus
WandaVision.
for that.
I will
I-
give you mine. I don't. Okay.
You know what? I might
Just-
watch it.
It is
Come on.
just because like okay, so it came out once a week, every Friday for the last like however many weeks, 7 weeks I think.
Yeah.
Every week there was something new to discuss, and everyone was always wrong. And then like it was basically like creating theories the entire way through. Like it made you think all the way. There's 9 episodes. It's done. The series is done as far as we know, and it made you think the entire way from 1 to 8. Like, what is going on? What the hell is going on? And then I got to episode 9, and it was Marvel. It was classic like battle. Like there was 3 fights going on at once. Like it was
Wow.
classic Marvel. But it is a journey, man. Oh yeah. So you know how we lost Vision for like a year and a half, and everybody was like, "Oh man," but nobody really cared.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now everybody cares. They literally gave Vision a character. Like he has
Oh.
feelings and thoughts.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful
Other than acting
writing.
like God.
Other than literally a robot. Yeah, like he does not. If he didn't look like a robot, he's not a robot.
I
It
think
is
maybe
such-
if they would have given him a
is-
solo film, his death would have had more meaning.
This is literally like his. I mean, this is basically a solo film, and it works as one because, like, they entrap you in this like mirage of what you think is gonna happen and never happens, because nobody ever like predicted it correctly, and then it gets to the end and it's this whirl of emotions of just anger and sadness and excitement, and that's why Marvel is just that like MCU is like unmatched when it comes to making movies like superhero movie. I mean, they are incredible. Kevin Feige runs a tight ship and it works.
Speaking of superheroes, I want to know if you could have one power, what would it be? We're just talking one like basic power. I mean, not even basic, just one power. One power. What would it be? What would it be?
Invisibility, maybe? I mean, that's kind of a wide range, is all. Like, one power, as in, like. Because if I could have a power, I'd just say, like, alright, I'll be the god of thunder. Or, like, alright,
No. It
Dr.
can't be a
Manhattan.
title. It can't be a title. It has to be a power, and you have to like specify what this power is.
That's really hard.
What would yours be? Give us an example.
So mine would having complete control of atomic structures.
Jesus.
Now I bet you wonder what are the implications of having
What's that?
complete control of atomic structures. You're probably wondering the implications.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Literally
You've piqued my interest.
anything. If it has matter, I can absorb it. I can alter it. I could. So basically, what I
So
would
you're
do,
you're overpowered, is basically
Yes.
what you're saying.
I could create the ideal world.
No, Josh.
I create the ideal world to live in.
Wait, what did you just say? You'd create the ideal world?
Yes.
That's
I
your.
Watch
That's,
WandaVision.
that is your ideal world, Josh.
I-
Don't.
Watch
Ideal world.
WandaVision, please.
I'd create the
Okay,
ideal
that's
world.
literally the
my
plot of the movie. or the show.
Ability. Wow. Way to tell me the whole. Wow. What a spoiler.
Yeah, that
Get
was
over
such a
this guy,
spoiler.
Dan.
Who made it?
Oh,
What
man.
happens? That's such a spoiler.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
angsty teen.
Is that a power?
Yeah.
That'd be an awful power. I mean, I just have that naturally.
You just send like negative waves through everybody's body.
I just make everyone
That's your power.
very
Make everyone
uncomfortable
hate
to be
their
around me.
lives. Like you just have an instant repellent of everything ever. You're never get attacked because you just
Dude,
radiate
nothing
negative
could
energy.
touch me because my negative
You
energy is just
you
too
radiate
powerful.
negative energy.
You're just Electron Man.
Death can't touch this guy.
Electron man.
Electron Man.
Wait, so we have
Curse you.
we have anatomic man. We have electron man. Does that mean I get to be proton man? I just attract
Yes.
everything.
Yes, bro. All right, we're starting an anime now.
Oh my God.
The Addams Family.
Yeah.
That's
We have proton. We have we have Electron, and we have Josh. What would you be called?
What?
What would your name be? If I'm Proton Man, we have Electron Man. What's yours? Matter Man. Matter Man.
Like, if you're just altering protons, like that's. I mean, obviously you could do something with it. I just don't know what you could do.
Well, you would be like our father because you're like the almighty figure. Like somebody would have to come at you that's not made of matter, which is like impossible. Everything is matter.
No one would be able to mess with me. I would literally become a planet.
Exactly.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, huh?
And then,
planet that was sentient, and I would just float around space.
and then Galactus would eat you.
I would then make myself Galactus.
Just become like he
I'd
tries
take
to
over.
eat himself. It's like, what's happening?
Take him over.
Come on.
Let's keep in mind, I have complete control of all atomic structures. That means I can transfer my brain over to his. Bam. Now, this ability does have a weakness, right? We have
All right,
to
explain.
what consciousness is. Is it a brain? Is it a soul? Can I transfer my brain over and my soul would over? Like, this is very complicated, and it's very confusing.
Yes, the weakness is math.
Weaknesses.
Like,
Brains. Like, I can't just like. Could I transfer my brain over and be okay? Like, I don't know. And that would probably take some like figuring out to do.
why is that a weakness?
Because shoot me my brain and I'm dead.
It's just
Oh
too
no.
stupid, alright?
Oh.
I'd have to like hide my brain in like the middle of the planet.
You have to like alter the bullet to become a flower or some shit.
Yeah, I mean I could do that.
Yeah,
like, then
you
it
can
comes
run
down
over
to
backwards.
Just
how
like out the
fast I
Infinity
can
Stones.
I was
how
about to
fast
say,
can I
yeah,
respond
you're
to things?
basically like you're basically an overpowered like Wanda.
I'm
Scarlet Witch.
very overpowered, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
And you know what? I'm gonna go around making my own planets because I could do that. I'm gonna like. First off, Mars is useless. Right? We don't need Mars.
Don't need Mars. Just inhabit Mars and just take it over.
Or Jupiter. You know, we don't need Jupiter. I'd absorb all the matter of Jupiter.
Just what other planet do we need, really?
We don't need Neptune.
Keep the moon. Just keep,
Well,
the moon.
We need tides.
Our
We
moon.
need tides.
I was about to say, keep our moon.
I
and
wonder-
then you're good.
What effects would taking Jupiter out of the solar system do? Because that is a big gravitational force.
You would
Like,
completely disrupt it.
I would
Well, you gotta
disrupt.
think, because like if you,
poles.
yeah, then we're just gonna go probably hurling into the sun.
I don't know. I don't think that.
No, we
Josh,
would.
just put
We
like
would.
no, because there's nothing else to balance out. Like it's not like pulling like 6 planets. It's just there's one thing it's focusing on. It's just gonna pull us in.
Maybe I should take over Pluto then. Start small, and then I'll go to like a different
Oh,
solar system.
Or
I'll
you can
leave
just go to a
start
completely
small.
different universe and like just call it like Universe Josh.
No, I won't start on the Milky Way. I gotta like fan out. What if I could like spread my matter around like the universe and have like multiple versions of myself
Oh, video game plot
on
line.
like different planets?
You'd have to make
You have to, like-
multiple minds.
You have to like you start level 1 you start on Earth, level 10 you're like moving out of the Milky Way.
That'd be very fun. I'd play that game.
I
Crappy
would.
mobile game.
You're overpowered. There's nothing to stop you.
Dude, maybe you fight like
Your
Nebulous,
biggest enemy.
like-
Your biggest enemy is a minigun.
not if I create like multiple
Like,
versions of myself on
God.
different
Yeah,
planets.
you go to an alien. I mean, you go to an alien planet unless they have some technology that can alter you. I mean, your biggest enemy is a minigun. Like, all right, and that's. I mean, and that honestly would probably stop you because Americans are like, all right, overpowered guy, let's shoot him really, really like a lot.
And then I just become the
Mm.
bullets.
Exactly, and they'd be like, where'd he go?
Oh,
Wait, but then could you alter your brain?
I could alter my brain, but I don't know
But-
if that would cease my consciousness from like.
Then just shrink yourself.
I could shrink myself.
Yeah, just be like, where'd he go? And then they step on you, and you're like, rats. I've been banned from Dave and
So
Buster's."
basically, what I'm hearing is I shrink myself down and then absorb just all the matter around myself and just connect it with my nerves and stuff, and like control it basically.
You become the minigun.
Dude, listen.
You become the thing you swore to destroy, or technically the thing that swore to destroy you.
Can't beat him, join him.
That's right.
Join the minigun. Josh, I think that should be on the table next time. It's just a minigun, just like a small
Maybe.
minigun on the table
Maybe.
in front of you.
Just like, yeah, I got the minigun.
I gotta get some more mead. I'll get some different. I'll get like the Blackbriar mead reserves.
Yes,
It's
the
like
reserve.
it's blue. It's
Balmora
blue.
Blue. I'm definitely more of a Balmora Blue guy myself.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure which kind to put on the table there.
No, that's what I want. Like, when you asked what was on the table, I was thinking like, all right, I got to put something that I like, and I racked my brain. I was like, okay, what can I put? And I've been playing Skyrim like every day, so I'm like, all right, I got to put something from Skyrim. What's something you can put on a table, like would signify some Skyrim? Well, Blackbriar mead. That's a staple. Because I thought about putting saying all right, a sword or something, but that doesn't go on a table, so. Mead.
A sword doesn't go on the table.
That doesn't go on a table. Battle axe? That doesn't. That's not a table ornament.
Let me get
No,
my
we're
let me get my
civilized.
Let me
table
get
gun
my
real quick.
alcohol.
We are
the table.
civilized here.
Exactly. And we got our chalky milk, we got our Slurpee, and we got our cookies. And what else to wash down some cookies but some alcohol from a game that's not real?
So, Skyrim, I've actually I almost have all the achievements. I just need to
Oh,
get
really?
Dawnguard, Winterhold, and some miscellaneous Thieves Guild quests, and I have.
Oh, you've never
completed-
done Dawnguard?
I've done it before, but I've always done it with mods on.
I haven't used mods. I like playing Skyrim the way that it was kind of intended to. Not saying mods. I've looked at mods. I just haven't pulled the trigger on them.
If you're like me, and you're you play the base game. So I played the entire base game on my PlayStation 3 basically. So I wanted to expand. Yeah, I got all the achievements on PS3. I just don't have it all on Steam. So
Gotcha.
I am
I play on
54
PS4.
out of 75. All right, and I need to finish up Dawnguard. I'm basically at close to the end, but you know how there's miscellaneous side quests with Dawnguard. They're oh, max out the vampire perk tree. I don't wanna do that. That is so annoying.
That's gonna be tedious too. Yeah, I picked when I did that, and you had to take Serrano back to the castle for the first time, and he was like, "All right, you can either be a vampire, and I'll accept you as my kin, or you can just stay a werewolf." I'll be like, "I'm taking my werewolf. I'm leaving." He's like, "All right, cool. Don't come back."
I mean, werewolves are superior. Every genre. For instance,
Well,
actually,
in
you know
reality,
what? D&D, vampires OP as hell.
in D&D, it's stupid.
They are.
In D&D, it's dumb.
They're dumb. And, actually, you know what, bro? Just splash water on them and they're done. D&D
Or-
vampires are retarded.
Yeah, they're as powerful as they are, they have really obvious weaknesses, like sunlight and water.
Water, and they
Garlic.
can't go into places without you inviting them there.
Oh,
How
seriously?
stupid is that?
What? That's what I'm saying. They are so OP.
You are a
But they just have
master
these dumb
undead.
restrictions. They're dumb restrictions.
They're gentlemen, all right?
That's how you
Excuse
be a
me,
gentleman.
sir. Can I come to your home? No.
No,
Damn
what
it.
are you?
Drax.
Toodaloo, I'm off to the next home.
Excuse me, sire. Are you a vampire? What? No.
Of course
Slams
not.
door.
What makes you say that?
Sir, it's 12 p.m. and you're burning up in the sun. Well, it's mildly hot out.
It's not too bad.
Show 'em their red
I'm
hair.
fine. You can see, you can start to see him disintegrating. He's like, "What? I'm perfectly fine. May I please enter your home?"
Please.
I also don't know why all vampires are British. I don't know what happened.
It seems I forgot my sunscreen.
See? In your cave? Yeah. No.
No.
Cave? What do you think me? A caveman?
What do you mean, cave? But ironically, when he asked me if I wanted to be a vampire or a werewolf in Skyrim, you had that to choose at that point. I went to look it up, but I didn't pause the game, so it just chose for me. like it took too long looking it up, and it just chose for me, and it made me stay a werewolf. But like, I
Oh,
was like, all right, well, I can just go load back and save if I really want to be a vampire. I did. Werewolves are way
nope.
superior. I'd much rather be a
Werewolf
werewolf.
is the way.
And I also like, so I have a character that I'm like level 50ish with, like that I've just played like everything as. Like I've done, like I'm halfway through Dawn Guard with him. Like done Thieves Guild, College of Winterhold, have a Breeze Home with like or I'm in like the Hearthfire DLC, did the Dragonborn DLC with him. Like he's a very high level character, but like I know there's like obvious ways to level up certain things. Like you can like if you cast Soul Trap on a dead animal and just keep waiting until your magic recovers, you can like boost your conjuration like crazy amounts. But to me, that's like cheating the game. So like what I did, like I wanted to try and get as high level as possible. So I just basically, because I was a one-handed and heavy armor set build, so I basically just put all my crap away, went to a fort that had bandits at it, and then killed the bandits and just started from scratch. But like I took all the light armor and two-handed weapons I could find. Now I just play the game like I'm starting anew, and I
Okay.
like that. Well, I like that for multiple reasons. One, because like my crap levels up so fast, like legitimately within like 20 hits of a two-handed axe, like I'm leveling up again. It's crazy, and like the way like I have like full set enchanted Daedric armor, Daedric mace, like Dragonbone mace, like one-handed. So like it's like I'm overpowered with that, and it makes the game like almost too easy. And this was the way to do it without raising the difficulty again.
Right.
Like I go out with two-handed weapons, and like it's actually hard to defeat enemies. So like I have to like use some magic, like conjure like flame atronachs, and like use my follower to help. Like so it's fun.
Okay.
It's like starting the game again, like with a thing I've never done before.
So my character is I'm a light armor build with dual weapons.
Oh, okay.
And there's a lot of perks you can get to like make you swing faster when you have
Oh
dual
yeah, there's plenty
weapons.
of one-handed perks. Like, there's a crap ton.
And there's a shout called Elemental Fury. I don't know if
I think I have it, but I
heard
don't remember what it is.
it lets you swing really fast as long as your weapons are enchanted. All right.
Aren't
So
enchanted or are enchanted?
aren't they cannot be
Oh,
enchanted.
hmm.
So
That's
I have
interesting.
two Stalrim war axes that do like 188 damage a swing.
Oh my
And
god.
then I use that Elemental Fury shout, and if I do the power attack to swing axes
You just like
a bunch of times,
grind through
there is a
everybody.
there is a bonus damage modifier. I think it's like 3.5 times like the base
Oh my
damage
god.
based off the perk I got. And then I'm already at like 140% bonus damage to my one-handed from
Jesus.
enchantments across my body. It is insane, dude.
Yeah, like what I did, like to max out what I had, like I went and I had like max smithing, so I could get like, well, I maxed out smithing because I didn't realize like in like, or at least in like with my character right now, Dragonbone or Daedric armor is stronger than Dragonbone armor. But I
Okay.
maxed out my smithing anyway because I wanted Dragonbone armor because it looks dope as hell.
It does look pretty cool. So does
Yeah.
Daedric
So
armor.
I know. Well, so I had Dragonbone armor for the longest time. I was like, yeah, this is fine. It's working. Like it's whatever. And then like there were some enemies like since my level was getting higher, there were some enemies that were like actually tough. So I was like, all right, well, is Daedric armor any better? Well, sure enough, it was. So I went and I actually did the quest line for Mehrunes Razor, I think is what it's
Yep.
called. That's but like at that shrine, there's four like summoned Daedra, but they all have Daedra hearts. So that's four easy Daedra hearts right there, and then you get a crap ton of ebony. I made the Daedric armor, and then like to get my smithing to 100, I like you go and you mine a bunch of iron, and then you use the alteration spell. I forget what it's called, but you change like iron ore to silver ore, and then silver ore to gold ore, and
Yes.
you just like you like continue. So your alteration actually goes up in the process, but you like you stock up on gold ores, and then you smelt them all, and then you make all the ingots into gold rings, and it just like it just makes your smithing go like crazy fast. And then like I had smithing 100 so I could make the Daedric armor, and then I waited till I got enough perks to make like my enchantment. Like I went to like the best enchantment like path you could get. So it was like you could get like I have 2 enchantments on each item. Like the enchantments are 100% stronger. Like I went like the best possible thing because I didn't usually put any like because I was just doing that for the armor more or less because like I have like elemental enchantments on like my weapons but not on my armor. Like anything on my armor, it was like increased health, like maybe magic regeneration, and then heavy armor stat increase and like one-handed stat increase.
Okay, okay.
So like I
I
have
got a question for you real quick.
all right.
Are you familiar with Elder Scrolls lore?
Some like a lot of Skyrim lore, but not like.
The world
What's
itself?
your let's find all right. Let's find out what's
All
your
right, all right,
question.
all right. That was basically my question because I am well versed in Elder Scrolls lore. I ran an Elder Scrolls D&D campaign for a hot second.
That's awesome.
It didn't go too far, but I am very well versed in the lore. I know the eras. I know like the dwarves, what they did.
I know about what the dwarves did, or at least to an extent. I don't know about like all the times and stuff like that. I've actually wanted to learn about that because it's cool. Like I think that's like cool. Like the how the eras end at like it's not like a certain time. It's like when some big event happens. Like that's when an era ends.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think that's cool. Like, but I know like some of like the princes and stuff. Like I know some things. Like I've watched a lot of videos on it and done some research, but like I'm obviously not nearly as well versed as you. But like I could probably carry on a conversation about it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so you probably know then the 2 original deities were Anu and Padme, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that from their blood they birthed the Daedric beings?
Yes,
Existence.
I did actually. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out real quick. I think Alduin is not a bad guy.
That moment when you agree with the villain of the show.
So Alduin, his whole purpose was like God's basically created these like beta planets that like never really turned out good. And like I guess they could have destroyed them themselves, but it just like took too much out of them or something like that. So, they needed someone to destroy planets. And Akatosh was like, "Whoa, let me whoop up my firstborn son real quick." Sure enough, there's Alduin, right?
There's a dragon.
There's a dragon, and he proceeds to, destroy these planets so
Yeah,
new worlds could
beast
be
on these
born.
planets.
It's like Dark Souls.
It's awesome.
Anyways,
I love like that. Like hearing all this stuff about like overpowered beings is like that gets me giddy. I love hearing about like all that. Like like even like the story of like Kratos, like from God of War. I like Kratos is one of my favorite video game characters of all time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love like
Absolutely.
overpowered people are my favorite, and that's why like Scarlet Witch is like one of my favorite. I know I keep bringing her up. I'm sorry, but like she is like that's what like she is also one of my favorites just because of like how dumb powerful she is. Anyways.
Yes. So Alduin, he essentially, his whole purpose of creation was to destroy, so new worlds could be born. Right. So when Lorcan, you probably know who he is, right?
Lorcan.
He's the one that tricked. I guess he didn't really trick. Kind of. He basically told all the Daedric people that they could transfer their essence on these planets to create it, and then he didn't tell them that like creating this planet would cost them their like a majority of their power, right? So
Okay.
creation,
Yeah, I haven't heard that, but okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like
they forgot about Alduin. Like they just completely forgot, and like now the gods lost their power, right? Like they don't create new planets anymore, and Alduin's still there, and like I think he understands like they're not creating new planets anymore. So what's my purpose then? And basically he takes on this new drive of I like he has to stay this desire to destroy the world off so that like things could prolong and exist. But because of how dragons' natures are and how conflicting it can be, he chooses another evil, like a lesser of 2 evils, to instead take on domination. right? So instead of
Yeah,
destroying,
because wasn't like
he'd
well
rather
because
dominate.
yeah because well was he was like the king of the dragons, correct? Like when
Yes,
dragons ruled over Tamriel, like he was like,
he
all right,
was
well I
number
will just
one.
be you, like I
He
will just
was
be like your
pretty
god.
much a god.
Yeah, like I'll just be your god.
So his shout that he
Like
uses is actually a
yeah,
whisper. When he
that's
creates all that those like rocks that shatter, it's a whisper to the first word of the shout that destroys planets. If that like gives you jitters or
oh
anything,
my god, that
it's
is
a
fucking
whisper to the
awesome.
first
That
word
is
that
so
destroys
awesome.
planets.
A whisper. Like,
It's a
oh
whisper
my
because
god.
if you
So does
shout
he
too
know the
hard,
full
he
shout
might
or like
wipe out a continent.
that's awesome. So
That's
like
why
does he
whenever
know the
he
full
uses it,
shout? Or like
yes,
does he like he just won't
he
because he'll like
he holds back. He doesn't want to destroy the planet.
because so he can like actually still go on like living the life that he knows.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, screw it. I'm not finishing the quest line. I started a new character that was all mage. Not finishing the quest line. As soon as I gotta go to Sovereign Guard, nope. I'm gonna be like, yo, Alduin, can I just like be a dragon priest instead? I'll just go fight people that oppose you. Whatever.
Oh man.
Also, I think it is absolutely dope the fact that like he won't die. Like
Oh
there's
yeah.
even after you beat him and you feel like all high and mighty, and the Greybeards are like, yeah, we'll just have to wait till he comes again. You're like, what? He's like, oh yeah, I'll probably be back. It's like we don't know when, but he'll be back, and you're like, what?
Because you
Because
can't
like
kill a god.
you literally
Like,
can't kill him. Like he'll just come back. It'll just be like another era, and he'll just come back. And like
mhm.
that's just because the rain will keep happening. He'll come back, another Dragonborn will come up, and it's just like so in reality he is getting what he wants. Like he's just living this monotonous same thing. Like he'll do it over and over again. So in
Mhm.
reality he does get all right, never mind, I'll finish it. Because he still gets what he wants, like he just gets defeated instead. It's just that's cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. And like the way they defeated the quote unquote defeated him the first time, they're like, all right, let's make him not our problem. Elder Scroll, and just yeet him forward
Elder
in time.
Scroll. So
Literally just yeet him forward in time.
when Elder Scrolls are used, they create what is called a dragon break. A dragon break is a split in time where two possibilities become a reality. All right. Now I'm going to further explain this a little bit. All right. So let's say a blacksmith forges a sword for the king. The king is assassinated on that day because he was out forging a sword. In the other reality, the blacksmith is with the king, but he dies by the assassin that killed the king. So when a dragon break happens, he kills the assassin with the sword that
with
he
the
forged.
sword. That's awesome.
That is a
Like
dragon
two
break.
possible realities become
A
one.
reality.
A one or two possible realities become one reality, and they combine.
So Elder Scrolls have that ability because they're outside the flow of time. They're
With
outside the
Elder,
passage of time. They exist just
Elder
completely
Scrolls 6 needs to happen. Oh my god, the way these writers just think, and the fact that like the game is endless is just ridiculous. That's awesome, dude.
Indeed, it is
I
amazing.
could talk about Elder Scrolls for hours.
Oh, me too.
Hey Dan, how you doing, man?
How you doing, Dan?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm just letting you guys go because there was.
I feel bad. Like I want to include you. I do.
Oh,
But
no.
It is your podcast.
Well, it's all our podcasts. This is a
Well,
community effort.
Yeah, but I'm a
Lorecast.
guest.
We
I'm
had
a
to
guest
break into
here.
a lorecast. You know what? I should do a lorecast next podcast.
We
for
could-
Elder Scrolls.
We could do that. We could do that.
Um,
Me and Dan will just sit and listen, and we'll just like chime in with like, "Wow, that's
Wow.
awesome."
I mean, that's
and
what
then you're
with
like,
this
and then
Warhammer
we just keep
cast.
hyping you. We just keep hyping you up. Like you'll keep talking. We'll be like, "Wow, that's awesome." You're like, "Right," and you just keep going. We'll just call it the hype up lorecast.
So another thing is, another dragon break happened when the Dwemer tried to ascend to godhood. Okay. So you know how the Dwemer all disappeared and all that?
Yeah.
They used the heart of Lorcan.
I
with
thought
the-
it was like
the knife.
I thought it was really never known what actually happened.
Nope. It's known what happened
Oh, yeah,
because
because
we.
like even like the videos I've watched is like it's still a mystery what it is. So like they're like we know what happened, like we know what actually happened.
Oh yes, we do know what happened.
Okay, well I'm ready to go ahead. I'm all ears.
So, uh, the ancient race called the Chimer, which were the predecessors to the Dark Elves.
Chymer, correct? Like
Yes.
chimer. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
The Tribunal, who were basically just gods in their own right. They couldn't really be stopped.
Okay.
They basically declared war on the Dwemer, and the Dwemer, like even though they're like so technologically advanced, getting them to unite for one solid purpose has always been like one hell of a task.
Let's
And
say
even
that's like
with that,
impossible.
you've got the Nords in Skyrim that are basically like kicking you out essentially. Um, you've got the Chimer rolling up. You got all these other elves that are rolling up, and it is not a fun time to be a Dwemer, right? So they're like, screw this, let's become gods. So they find the heart of Lorcan, discover it.
What's the heart of
So
Lorcan?
the heart of Lorcan is the god that
Yeah. Well,
originally
okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I
created
know who
Earth.
Lorcan is. I guess now. Yeah.
So it's his heart. It's some
And
background. I'll give you a little bit of background. You know the
yeah,
Red
that's
Mountain.
yeah. Yeah. They're yeah.
The Red Mountain and that little like continent there was formed because Ariel, aka Akatosh,
Yes.
shot Lorcan's heart into the sea there, and it sprouted the Red Mountain. It's
I
like a
love.
seed
I
almost.
love
Pretty cool. Pretty
that.
cool. Pretty cool. So the Dwemer
Wait,
find it.
with Ariel's bow
Yes.
that you
Same
find in
bow
the,
that he used to shoot
okay,
the hearts.
and you can shoot the sun and make it like black. Yeah, that's
Did you know the
awesome.
sun's just a hole in reality?
In Skyrim lore or in real life,
Yes, in Skyrim lore.
it's just what?
A hole in reality.
Is that why you can like shoot it and make it nighttime?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's crazy, man. It's a hole that is pure light coming from uh the realm of Aetherius, which is why it's harmful to vampires because it's energy from Aetherius.
Dude, that's awesome.
Pretty
Oh
cool.
my god! All right, we can't do too much EMS stuff. This isn't a lore cast yet.
Not a
You were
lore
saying
cast.
you were saying about the other thing about
So
look.
the heart of Lorcan,
Yeah, the heart of Lorcan.
they stabbed the heart of Lorcan with this knife that they believed that could use the powers of Lorcan to like alter reality. So their full intentions is to become godlike beings.
Yes.
And they stab the heart and they all disappear. What happened to them?
Yeah.
Now,
What
dragon
happened?
break would have occurred. So yes, they probably would have became godlike beings, but at the same time, they might have just destroyed their entire race. So both realities become a possibility. So they're gods, but they're not. That's
So they're
basically
literally
the
just like
is.
they're in not well I would say oblivion, but they're not like because
The
there is a
state of
plane of oblivion.
limbo almost.
Like
Like
they're literally in between like godhood and like death.
all we know is that there was one Dwemer survivor because he was in oblivion when the Dwemer activated it. He was on a
Yeah,
different
because
plane.
like because if you mod the game, like there is a Dwemer like character, like there shouldn't be like if they were gone, like they didn't exist, there shouldn't be like a model for one, but there is. And I don't know how. Do you know how to meet him? I don't know how to meet him.
Oh, he's
Like,
immoral.
he's in. Wait, can you meet him in Skyrim?
I think so. No, he's dead by after the events of Morrowind.
Oh, okay. Wait, he's in what game is Morrowind?
3.
Because
Was it
Daggerfell's 4, correct?
4? I think.
Yeah. I haven't played any other game other than the fifth one, or other than like Skyrim,
Anyways, I'll hop off the lore cast
but.
in a hot second.
All right. Well, let's just say like when you do the lorecast, if you do one, I will definitely be there for that. I will be
Alrighty.
in the middle of this table for that one.
Elder Scrolls
Dan?
lore. It's quite expensive.
Dan,
Yeah.
Do you have any topics you want to talk about? Because I feel like we need to include you again.
Oh man, do I have any topics? I don't even
You
know
don't have
anymore.
to.
I don't
just
even know anymore, guys. All right. You guys just went off for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, Josh was like 25 of those. That's all right though. That's all right. I enjoyed every bit of that. That was awesome.
All right, we
Like
have
I said, I'll
someone who wants to
definitely be
say
here
hi to
when-
you.
To Josh.
Swanson says
Yeah,
hi.
Kyle Swanson
Florida.
says hi.
Oh my God, Kyle, dude, it's been so long since I need to see Kyle, dude. I need to see Kyle.
I gotta visit when I'm on leave.
I know. Because he texted me happy birthday, and I just, I got hit with this wave of, I miss that season of Cross, and I miss, I'm leaving a lot of stuff behind, when I go to college, and, when you guys graduated, a lot of stuff got left behind.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just, that hit
Graduating
me hard.
left a big void in my heart.
And it's going to leave a big void in my heart, too, just, knowing that, that chapter of my life is over. I will never be in high school again. Well, I could if I just flunk every class, but retrospectively, I'm never going to be in high school again.
No.
And that's just that doesn't sit right with me. I don't I'm grown up, man. Dude, that's just crazy. And you guys have already obviously grown up too. We're all just
I don't know.
getting
I don't
older,
think I've
man.
grown up at all.
I feel
Okay,
like a teenager.
you physically have grown up.
I
Not
mean,
necessarily
I'm a
mentally,
year
but you have
older.
grown up.
But
Exactly.
mentally, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because you just
Definitely.
became a 1-9er yesterday,
Indeed, yeah.
and I became a 1-8er 3 days ago.
I'm a 20-year-old, so I'm like,
Yeah. Jeez.
Are you really 20?
yes, I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Crazy.
you're a year older. I totally forgot.
It's crazy.
Get smarter, nerd. What the heck?
I'm glad I was called back, actually.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad
Perfectly
you were
fine
so
with
bad.
having a cross days with you and getting to know you as a Yeah, you're fine. You're not actually.
I
a
brought
nerd.
the hype in Cross.
You should have seen me this year, Josh. I was the team captain without being labeled a team captain.
There you go.
I was like Dom and Will would start going to stretch somewhere, and I'd be like, "All right, guys, we're over here," and then they would go stretch on their own because they wanted to oppose me because it was funny, but everybody else would listen to me. I was the senior leader this year.
Which team
Liv
captain
was-
did we have that no one listened to? Was that Dom?
Dom, definitely Dom.
Yeah, because I gave it to him because I really didn't want to do it that year.
I have a lot of running advice.
Dom.
I should clearly ask you,
He's-
Dylan. I should ask you now.
I mean, you can, yeah. Dom is gonna know some things too, but I'm miles at him now. It's just yeah. I'll answer any question you have, but I love talking about running too. So
Hey, I figured out there's this Instagram page called Runner X or something like that. It's this girl that does running and she goes over proper form. She shows videos, she shows warm-ups and stuff to avoid the splints.
injury. Oh yeah,
And it has been so helpful for me because I
that's good.
got some mass on me, right? So it's
Yes.
my little legs have trouble. And for the longest time, I didn't know this till about a little bit before December, so in the November, October area. I was pushing off with my foot the entire 2 years I ran cross country, winter track, summer runs. I would push off with my foot. I'm like, no,
What do you?
you're supposed to pull back.
You're supposed to lift your leg, not go off your feet.
Uh-huh.
Well,
And
oh yeah.
I was pushing off the entire time. And I
Yeah.
didn't learn that a couple months ago from this Instagram page.
I thought you knew that, so I never
That's
corrected
just kind
you.
of a thing that
Yeah.
you kind of supposed to know that.
Wow, maybe that's why I always got shin splints.
It's probably why. I wish you joined sooner, so you had more.
Hardcore reason.
That you got more attention to that stuff.
Hell, I definitely wish I would have joined sooner. I regret that every day.
Me too, bro. When
Oh man.
I was
Mr. Reed said,
Well, I will say
Masters.
this.
Across-
I will say this. If I would have joined a year earlier or even a couple years earlier, the dynamic would have been so much different because of the people that were in it. Like when I joined, yeah, we sucked butt cheeks, but like I loved it because I got to have fun with my friends every day after school and every weekend. Like I got to see you guys, like we like bonded together as a family.
I'm
That's what
glad
it
we
was.
sucked.
But exactly, like I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously losing sucks, but like bringing that brought, I mean, that season brought us together as like the cross country guy. Like we became a family that year, and that's what made so many people come back. Because if I would have come in with like Eli and Bryce wasn't bad, I know, and like Spencer, like I don't know how much more I would have enjoyed it if I would have there was no way that I was ever gonna have like that happiness that I had like in that first season that I had, just because like I mean it was literally perfect. It was exactly what I was looking for in a sport that I didn't know I was looking for. I
Yeah.
mean, and then like this year, like we're not nearly as close, but we were all competitive. And I think it was just to a point because Johnson was so pissed. He was like, "Guys, if you don't try, I'm quitting." And we're like, "Okay," because like our first scrimmage, we had 7 people in front of our number one, who was me, and we got to practice that next day. And Johnson's like, "Look, guys, if this happens every meet, I'm done. This is horrible. I hate it losing so
All
much."
I'm saying is, Mr. Miller is about to retire from being a gym teacher, and I recently had a recommendation like, you should be a gym teacher, and I was like, it's a good point there.
If
And then
you
the thought,
become the Oil
I
City district gym teacher,
I know some things about running actually, like based off this
you are
Instagram
very
page.
active. You know how
I
to. You're very built. You know how. Yes, you know how to be active.
I could teach kids to run. I wouldn't run as fast as them necessarily, but it'd be like, look,
You would be the most hated gym teacher of all time. Unfortunately, making kids run
I
in a gym class,
would be hated. But I'm talking like cross country coach because you could become.
that is a different story. You and I could be. You know, we're all three going back. We're all going back. Johnson's going to retire. I'm going to be like, Johnson, we're taking over. And it's just the three, the absolute onslaught gang. Like we are
Hell
just
yeah,
coming. We are coming
X
for
gonna
their
give it to you.
lives. What?
If I wasn't moving away further than I could commute, I was gonna be a side coach. I was gonna help out.
Didn't Johnson say it was like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, you have to wait 2 or 3 years so the
Yeah.
new runners don't know who you are.
Yeah,
Because then
that
you
makes
become too
sense.
friendly.
Favorite of yeah, that makes sense. Because I think Johnson said he tried that once and it was like it was horrible.
Yeah,
I don't remember who it was with, but
we
like
had Holly Hudson, I think, was the coach at that time, and she was just too familiar.
yeah, that makes like you don't get anything done. You just kind of I get that. But that's smart. I mean, that you have to do what you have to
I
do.
feel like I could crack the whip.
But to say like
all right,
you might
Hill
be
repeats.
friendly, but it's like I'll beat the crap out of you if you don't.
All right, Hill repeats.
Get to it. Come on.
I low key miss Hill repeats. Like we don't like through winter.
do
Like
too.
we did some, but like well, it sucks because like they tore up the field. Like they're like giving us a new field. Like
Yeah,
they
you're not
tore
allowed
it
to
like
be on it.
and you can't. We haven't been able to go on the track all winter.
Mm.
Like since probably November, like early November, we have not been able to go on the field.
Yeah, that's what all the white bags are.
Yeah, no, well, it's actually not. It's actually turf, like or
Yeah.
not turf. It's actually like the beads. Those are all the beads. The
Wait.
black beads that always get stuck in your shoe. Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
in the white bags. That's it. That's what's in the white bags.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Turf.
like multiple tons of just the turf isn't even there. It's like just the beads.
Isn't it like $10 million to like put that?
I
shit
don't think it's not that much, but like the whole facility as of itself is like 2 million.
Man,
Like
Yeah.
including like track, field, stands, scoreboard, like goalposts. Like 2 mil.
Don't you guys
Jeez.
just love football?
No.
I do not.
I despise football. Holy cow.
See, that's the thing. As like a gym teacher, you
Dude.
kinda have to be like super well versed. I am not well versed. It's gonna be cardio day.
I'm
every day.
decently well versed. Like, I could as a gym teacher, I'd be well versed enough. Like, all right, I know how to play basketball. I know how to run. Like, I know the rules of football. I could understand baseball to an extent. Volleyball is relative. Like, I know sports. It's just a matter of like people knowing more about them than you, and then you're like, then you get bitched at for not knowing enough, and it's like whatever.
Well, all you gotta do is take attendance, pretty much.
All right, today we're playing this game. It's hockey with a ball.
Do you think gym teachers are allowed to play with the students?
Hell no.
No, but they still
Hell
do,
no.
and it's so much fun.
I
I would
wish they
definitely
would.
be the kind of guy to like go in and like join a game.
It's like,
I
yeah,
would
like, all
love
right, we got
to.
uneven number. Dude, that would be like like, that would be a cool thing. Like when the kids have like uneven days, it's like, oh shit, Coach Josh Day. Like they're like, you come in, like, it's like, oh, we want Coach Josh. We want, like, that'd be so much fun.
It's like rock
Oh.
paper
Or like, we
scissors
want
to
Mr.
get the
Masters.
OP.
Like who wants Mr. Masters? That'd be awesome.
Who wants to get
Like,
dunked
when-
on
like-
by
like-
Mr. Masters?
Play water polo, just like doinking kids in the head.
Water polo.
I would love to play water polo. I'm not even kidding. That seems like so much fun.
Man, I wish we were able to play like dodgeball.
We did once when I was in my freshman year. Like my gym class was like Hunter Hahn, me, Jared Baker, Lamar Johnson. I think Cece was in there. Like I had a stacked gym class, and then like Hebrew was like, "All right, we're gonna go down to the weight room and play, or the wrestling room and play Spartan yoga."
Yep.
And we went down there, and he puts like 4 balls down. Everybody, he like starts splitting us up. And we're like, we're gonna kill each other in here. There's no room to go anywhere. So like, kids are getting whapped in the face. Oh my god, it was brutal.
So
That was the closest we got.
Never got to.
you know, capture the flag days.
I never got to do that
those
either.
got intense. You never did that?
No, I always wanted to.
Oh
Like
my
it was
God.
always set up in the gym. But I'm like,
Those
what are
were
we doing
in-
today? And we never
Those
did
were
it.
Oh, those were intense. We did it
fought
outside
blizzard ball and
once. Kids
stuff.
were like diving everywhere. Oh my god, they got fun. Capture the flag's fun. And then I would be the kid that actually get like pissed when we lose. Like I'd yell at my team. This is like sophomore me, of course, but like I'd still get mad. Like, guys, anybody want to know why we didn't give a shit today? It's like it's gym class still. I'm like, so?
So I think this is a great segue into a topic I did want to discuss. All right. So you
It's like
watch
nothing to do with it at all. It's like,
you watch workout in animes, right? And you see like the main character just like become a total badass, right?
mhm.
And you're like, man, maybe I could, with just a little bit of willpower, achieve the same thing. Want to become famous by followers. What a dick.
I see we
Shut
got
up.
an ad.
Mariani 207. What a dick. Way to like shove some. Anyways,
Are you guys on like the Twitch stream? Or like,
Oh my.
what are
Yes.
you looking at?
I am looking at the Twitch stream.
Yeah, we look at the
I'm
chat. We got 2 ads by the.
Oh my, they're
Oh.
giving us free followers.
I'm gonna go look at
I'm gonna get rid of them.
Okay.
it.
They said, sup, man. I said, bye. Anyways, right. And, you know, I feel like you put Jet Set Run on when you're in the middle of a run. You feel like,
It's,
feel like
you're gone.
empowered. You're literally empowered. It is
Yeah.
insane.
What are you talking about?
You know, Jet Set Run, My Hero.
Oh, you saying? Oh, I thought it was called You Say Run.
I think it's Jet Set Run.
Oh, the song.
Well, because Mario, like when we play D&D, he'll put that on like when we're in a like I think we call it You Say Run.
It might be. Jet Set Run.
I know what song you're talking about. I know what song you're talking about.
You say Run.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah,
I
that
used to
song
have
is,
that
that
on
song
my
is
playlist
so. Oh my god.
during cross country season, right? Now you can't play it back to back or it loses its effect, right?
Oh
So
no, you got it's like this one like if you're doing like oh damn, I didn't realize the stars were twinkling in the background of us. That's awesome. Yeah, like I didn't realize or when it's like what do you call it? Like a fartlek run. Like
Yeah.
when you have like those random like that's when you play that song. Like when you're doing like a 3-minute burst, like that's when you want it.
Mhm.
For the 3 viewers, us.
That's okay.
It's alright. I still might do like a highlights thing. Like I might, or like if either one of you get the video, I might have you like send it to me. I'll just do like a highlight. Like you can still post like the full thing, but I like my like put like edits in like with pictures and stuff like for context.
If you want to do that, you can go right ahead. I'll give you what you need.
I don't see anybody in the chat. What were you guys talking? Or did you already delete them?
We deleted the message.
No, we got.
Speaking of which, can't you get bots that like prevent you from like posting links?
Yeah, I gotta get Nightbot.
Because I am here.
Oh my god.
So I
Sign up
got
for the
really
best.
good
Sign up for
at
the
like some voices. I don't know if were you here when I started doing this voice? Joe Swanson.
I saw that one.
Yeah. So like
I said like throughout high school I was like, all right, if anything I want to do fails, I'm gonna be a voice actor. And
I would also like to be a voice actor.
well, it seems like so much fun, but it actually is a lot more work than you think.
It is a lot of work. Like I bought
like
the
I
microphone.
went
the
I went to a webinar by Steve Bloom. Like he did like a teaching webinar. It was a seminar, but it was like on like it was an hour long. And I just like sat through it, and it was just basically like, all right, here are some things you want to look at. Like here are some things like you'd want to do before anything, and then. But it was just there was a crap ton of work that goes into being a voice actor, and it's crazy the amount.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know. I was doing some research. It's like getting your name out there, and the amount of editing you have to be able to do.
Oh yeah. Well, that I could actually do, but it's like you like they're not gonna look at you if you haven't been in any classes. Like you have like drama classes, like multiple like
Actually,
like
did you know
improv
that
classes.
most voice actors have no college experience?
Whatever. I don't.
Yeah, man.
I mean, even in
Statistics.
like, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna be.
You just gotta have some natural talent.
All right, I have natural talent. I can. What's
all
going
you
on,
need.
Morty?
That
All this feet.
better, please. Not feeling it today.
You see,
Lewis, I want my graham cracker.
who's that?
I also started to like absorb that voice
Jen?
in my
What was that?
natural voice
What?
almost.
Stewie?
Oh,
Lewis, I want my graham crackers. Dude, I didn't notice like, is it supposed to say like yes in the bottom right hand corner of the screen?
don't look at that.
Stop directing that to our viewers. Our one viewer. Leave us alone.
Wait, we have one viewer.
Yes, we have one.
We got a couple.
It's-
Wait,
Well,
Are
one of
you
them
on
is
it, Dan?
me.
No, I'm on my OBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we do have a viewer.
We got good old Kyle Swanson here.
Yeah, I see. That's me. What's up, Kyle?
Anyways, I had a question for you guys.
All right, go ahead.
Oh,
Would you
ears.
be interested in some Dungeons and Dragons?
On Gift of Gab?
Does that sound like a gift of gab? Kind of.
It could be. It could be. I mean,
That
I'd
could
have
be
to.
interesting.
I'd have to rework some of my DMing skills because I'm very much so impromptu, kind of DM.
Well, you can still be an impromptu. And like Dan, are you, or like even like me and Dan could be together, like so it would kind of be like we could talk to each other, like oh yeah, and Kyle. Kyle said, "I'm down if I get time."
We have a
but,
lot
like,
of people that could do
Sundays.
this. If we need to get a set amount, and we can like make a layout and stuff.
Cause like when I played D&D once, like I'm DMing right now. Wait, what would it be 5e or it would be 5e, right?
Oh, it would be 5e.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm learning right now. So like I had, because when I played, like the only one that I was actually in that I played was 2e, and like,
Oh,
well, no, hold on.
You play
And
2E?
I
That's
played it,
old.
and it was yeah. Well, Justin Fagley was our DM, and his dad like owned like the books. Like he had like 2e, like Monster Manual, Player Manual, Dungeon Master Manual. Like, he had 2E of those books, and that's what we played. And I played it, and like I understood it, and then like I was like, we stopped because he was like, I mean, he legitimately from his mouth, he's like, I'm lazy, I didn't want to do it. So I said, okay, and then me, Mario, Dawson, and Andy got together, and I was like, would you guys be interested in playing D&D again? And they're all like, yes, we want to. So I said, okay, would you want it to be 5e? And they're like, yeah, it's way better. And I didn't know the difference, so I started doing research about 5e. It is so much more simple. Like, oh my
It
god,
is.
like it is like back in 2e, you're doing stuff like you're bringing in like THAC-CO and like like literally in 5e, combat is if you match their AC, you hit them. That's it. That's the entire combat, and then you roll for damage. That's it. Back in like 2e, you gotta like you can increase your THAC-CO, but like you can decrease like your AC can increase. Like there is so much random stuff. Like 5e is like, all right, armor can improve it, but it'll also make you less stealthy. Pick it. And like
Yeah.
I like DMing to an extent, but like it's like I would want to be in a game. Like I wish I would have had more experience like being a player, because
Yes.
like I need to be in more, because like I'm decent at it and my improv is good, because like I've like improv, but like also like my writing is weird. Like I will plan a lot of stuff, and then they will go completely like they will go somewhere else that I've barely written anything for, and then I'll have to like improv the entire town. And it's actually
that's just
worked in
Dungeons
my
and Dragons.
well, that's worked in my entire like that has worked in my favor before, but like it's also I don't want to do that every session, and it's just like it's been harder for me. But like in reality, like I'm okay. Like our like the entire thing, like it will finish off and it will be a good, like we'll have fun with it and it will be done, and I will have done an okay job. But like I love the immersiveness of playing with a DM like you, who will like legitimately like embody completely, like you will like devote every ounce of time you have to this. Like
So I
where
do play
sometimes I
music as
can't.
well that will like match whatever scene I'm trying to pull off.
That's I have tried that, but like sometimes it just doesn't work because like it's a much more casual game. I
Mhm.
would like it if it was much more like if we played music and like we got into our characters, like I would love that. I'm fine with that.
Right. So like
Like hell, I
when
would
I
like do
first
my like I
DM'd,
would do my voices. Like I would be
hell
into
yeah.
it
When I
if we
first
did that.
DM'd,
Yeah.
I did a Lord of the Rings, sort of like a little mini kind of mission where you had to like hold this fort from orcs, and then basically the whole thing revolved around this fort. It was like I forgot, like the castle had a name, but it was like the fate of this castle kind of rests in the player's hands. It's like right
Okay.
next to uh the Black Gates in Lord of the Rings,
Okay.
and so it's like the last bastion of Gondor's control in the east, right? So it's a major thing, but because Denethor is like a retard, he's like, I don't care about that place. So you basically just left with like the vassal, the lord of that castle, who I fully intended to die, but the players saved him. So I'm like, I'll keep him around then. But
That's happened a lot too to me. I find that that's happened a lot to me too. Like
oh
the
yeah, dude,
players are
I had a
supposed to fight a
Nazgul pick him up and then drop him, and then the player's like Featherfall, and I'm like, nice. I was like,
yeah,
nice.
like hey, if you want it, like yeah, like I've had a character that was literally just supposed to be a dungeon boss, and then sooner or later they're supposed to kill like the main like NPC, like they're out to kill the main NPC of the game, and I'm like completely 180. Like they made a character out of somebody who was supposed to be a dungeon boss, like completely just irrelevant. Like take his loot and leave. No, they made him a character.
That's pretty
Like it
cool.
was just, well, it's
And
just
that
like
kind of
yeah.
so
I mean,
bad.
that it depends on how your players play. Like they're very immersive. Like they will avoid combat if they can. Like they love improving, and like I'm relatively relaxed when it comes to like improv and stuff like that. Like when I mean, like when Andy Long starts spraying stuff that makes no sense, I'm usually pretty like laid back when it comes to like I'll hear him out. Like I'll like but in reality, if I played a game, I'd want it to be like dead set. Like I want it to be serious. Like I want to be in the moment. Like I don't want to sit there and study over my words. Like if I fuck up, I fuck up for real. Like I want to be in the game. Like I want to feel like I'm
Mhm.
like in this character. That's why. Like I mean, I get Dan. I don't know like how you'd want to play, or if we do bring on somebody else like Kyle. I don't know
I'm
how
just
he
here
would
have
want to
fun,
play.
alright?
Fair enough, man. I mean,
That's good. That's what it's supposed to be for.
so I have like different. So obviously, my first character was Henrik the potato farmer, right?
Yeah.
But you know, like my recent character, I had Salazar the art thief. He was
Oh yeah, you called me the one time you
I
were talking
did.
about him, and he was cool.
I
You
also
go
told
serious, yeah.
Dan about him.
Yeah, you talk
Like,
about him a lot.
How
He's a
long
great
do you
character.
normally spend on your character's backstory?
Dude, it's basically the culmination of like weeks, basically.
Okay,
And
well,
it's not
because
like I
when
just sit down and I'm like, all right, I got to think of character backstory, and I do spend like 2 weeks of doing that. It's like it'll come to me. I watch
Okay.
something in media and I'm like, that's a cool thing, but I'm gonna
That's
change
my
it up and make it
character.
my own.
Because when I wrote my first, I was the last person to write our backstory. There was 4 of us that were playing. There was a DM, and I was the last person to finish like their story. Like, everybody was done, and Justin was like, "All right, I need your character." Half an hour, I wrote it, and I already had a main place in the story. Like I was basically the main character. So
Yes.
what I'm
So
saying is like I don't know. I think when I'm writing a character, like I think like, okay, I have this idea and I go with it, and then when I'm done with it, I really don't expand. Like I'm like, all right, that's it. Like I'm done with it. We're done. Like I'm good. And I think, and that worked that time. I don't know, like if I got to play in a world that like had some context, like if you created a world for us that had some context, it also depends on how long the campaign was going to be. If it was going to be like a longer campaign, then I would my
my
more effort
average
into it.
campaign is like 3 to 6 months.
I
They're a little
then I
longer.
would put a lot. I would put more thought in. Like if it was like a couple, like if we were gonna do it on like 2 episodes of Gift of Gab, like I wouldn't put nearly as much thought into it as I would if we were
Right.
gonna play like a long, like a long campaign. So like if we end up doing like a campaign that's like 3 to 6 months long, I will genuinely put thought into my character, and I will be like, I will embody that like I wanted to, like I said.
Mhm. Dan over here
I'm excited.
having fun.
I'm having.
Did
a
you say I'm
blast.
excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't really get to do D&D very often.
I don't.
You need
either
if you
because,
need help with like character creation
dude, I'll
or
help you too.
rules,
I
I
love.
gotta reread the
Creating-
rule book.
I
No,
genuinely
don't.
think
Don't even read the rule.
I gotta.
that's
You don't need
wrong.
to.
I gotta.
You're just wrong.
Dude, literally, so like you just gotta learn while you play, and once you
That's
do like
what
the
makes
first
it fun.
session,
That's what makes it fun.
after the first session, you'll have it down pat, especially if
You
you're
literally
playing,
will.
like a non-spellcaster. Like it'll just be like, oh, this is easy.
Spellcasting is so confusing.
I love spellcasting. All my
It's
characters are
so
spellcasters.
confusing. None of my characters are spellcasters. None of
It's
my
not
players
that
are
confusing.
spellcasters.
It is
Literally,
not that
I
confusing.
talked to Mario, and I'm like, all right, so you're a fighter, right? All right, well, you have this ability that you can be like knight of something. He was a fighter, level 3. And he could have like this knight of something. He's like, I don't want it. I'm like, because of the spell. He's like, yeah, I don't want it. Like, it's
He's
so
an Eldritch Knight,
confusing.
right?
That's what. Yeah, it was an Eldritch Knight. And I was like, you can be this, and it was like, you can get spells. He's like, I don't want it.
Dude,
It is
dude,
so
Eldritch Knight
confusing.
is so good, though.
I know it is, but it's so confusing. I was fine with that. I was like, fine, whatever. I don't care. Like, it's so confusing.
All right,
Oh,
let me
man, it's
explain it.
confusing.
Let me explain
No,
it. Let's dump
God,
it down.
no.
I'm literally
No.
going to dumb it down as easy as it goes, okay? I am a level 5 wizard. Okay? I have 3 first level spells.
I know how it works. Like, okay, one of their main bosses in the game is a level 5 dragonborn sorcerer. And I
Okay.
had to like watch character creations on this guy, and I figured out the spells, and like I figured out how. The only thing I really didn't understand was how saving throws worked for them, like because there's some spells that are like, oh yeah, they got to make a saving throw. Well, what do they? It's like it was strange
It'll
to me,
say
but like,
it'll say what kind of saving throw it is. It'll be like,
well, I
make a
know, but like if it was a
Constitution
con
save.
saving throw, but like what do they have to get to? I guess is I think what I was trying to
Your
figure
spell
out.
save.
Oh,
They roll against your spell save.
Yeah, because he has like a 15 spell save. Like he's a like So basically, what my thought was, by the end of this campaign, they're going to be probably level 7-ish, probably.
Okay.
And I made this level 5, but I can always I can make him a level 7 if I wanted to. Like, nothing would really change. Like, he'd still have the same like cantrips of like frost or like the like frost touch or whatever, or like death touch. What like he would have the same cantrips. I just give him more spells. But, yeah, spellcasters can be OP. Like that's what
They are. I think one
So-
of their biggest features is their ability to like control the battlefield, control the movements.
They can't. That's what's so cool. All right, so like my next character is going to be two contra. It's either going to be legitimately Kratos or Wanda
Or-
Maximoff.
What'd you say?
Wanda Maximoff, like overpowered sorcerer. Like that, it was, and I gotta pick which one because I wanted to play like when we were in our middle of our first D&D campaign. Me and Dawson were playing through the God of War games. We actually ended up playing through 1 through 3, and then we got like halfway through 4 and stopped. But like we ended up actually having we had a lot of fun, and that's where I kind of fell in love with Kratos, like the character of Kratos, and it made me want to be like Kratos in D&D. And like I looked up like how to create it, and it actually looked relatively like I could do it. But now like I've been out of it for a long time, and like I've been really into spellcast. Like I'm playing Skyrim a lot now, but it's like I'm trying to be a complete mage, like never use weapons unless I absolutely have to. So like now maybe my opinion would change. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out.
I think it's important to base, it's okay to have like a basis for your character being like, I see Kratos is cool, I want to make a character like Kratos. But like you have to do things to like make it your own character, right? You can't just
I see. Like I'm not gonna.
be
Well, I
like,
mean, I know what you mean. I'm
yes,
not gonna,
my name is Betos.
Like,
I
I'm
am
not gonna
the
make
god of fighting.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I'd make a character that's like based off of Kratos, like has a very tragic backstory, like has some like someone has been taken from him, but like put my own twist on it, or my own
Yeah.
my own thoughts into it, not just make it like, yeah, he's got a kid, he's got an axe, he's white,
And
like
another
really,
thing
really
is,
white.
Edgy backstories. All right, all my characters have edgy backstories.
Okay, edgy to an extent. I
But
hate I honestly have I've become like hating like Batman-esque backstories. Oh, my parents
yeah.
were kid and done a bad
Parents were
revenge. Like,
killed.
that's not creative to me.
no.
So like when I that's why when I made my character for D&D, I left everything open-ended. Like when I was taken in by this organization, I fled. Literally nobody died. I literally made sure nobody was dead. Like Mario's backstory was literally everybody in his life died. Everybody. Person he fell in love with, all of his classmates, everybody, all of his trainers, he killed everyone. Everyone was dead.
So
Like
there
so
was
there was nowhere to go with that.
I was reading a story. There's this gnome that got married to another gnome, right?
No.
And on their anniversary, like he took her out, and then she fell off a cliff and died. And now he just walks. Like he started walking. And that was his whole character backstory. And like there was this whole like mini show on him on this like YouTube channel I saw. And it was just amazing because he's a druid, but he just puts on like light shows with his powers. Like that's how
That's
he
awesome.
that's
But
how he
like
uses his
that's
powers.
cool. Like that's unique. Like it's not exciting, it's not invigorating, but it's not normal. It's not like the most
Mhm.
typical thing. Like it's legit. My wife fell off a cliff, and now I use my powers for cool things.
Wife
That's-
gone.
That's fine. Why wife gone?
So with Salazar, like I based him off of Bon from Seven Deadly Sins, but you would never be able to tell that at all
Okay,
based
I see
off
what you're
like,
saying,
context.
and I see what you're saying. Like I shouldn't make it obvious that I'm
Right,
basing
like,
off somebody.
so-
Like I should easily have my own
You
little.
probably
I might not
like
even do that then, just
you
because like, I feel like
probably
I
like
would.
personality traits taken from those characters that experience certain events. And that's
Like
what I discovered. I like
pain.
certain personality traits.
Okay.
Copying over those personality traits, having my own set backstory that's not even like close to Bond's from Seven Deadly Sins. Not even close. They're
Yeah, I
one's a
gotcha.
noble, other guy's like a thief, like completely different.
I got you. Because like, honestly, if we do end up playing, I probably will just end up like making my own. Like I will end up being like something completely different because I feel like if I do try to base it off one of these characters, I'm gonna do it too much. Like I'm gonna end up becoming like I'm gonna embody that character even if I don't want to. So I would probably just end up making my own anyway, which is what I did the first time. He was a halfling rogue. I created his whole backstory. I even made like a logo for like the assassination group he was in. I never revealed my backstory to like the patrons, but Justin did actually a great job of fitting me into the backstory. He kept feeding us little hints and made like everybody like, Dylan, what the hell's going on with your backstory? Like he made it like that was good, but like I think I would do that again rather than just kind of like basing it. Because like I said, if I tried to base my character off the Scarlet Witch, I feel like I would just end up becoming the Scarlet Witch. Like I would just embody it way too much. So
You got any ideas,
that's
Dan?
fine. Like
For my character?
Yeah.
No. I don't really. No, I don't. I'm not good of long-term thinking. I can usually make a character up in like on the spot, and I write it down.
Okay.
I have a book somewhere.
a backstory doesn't have to
characters.
be like super extensive. Like you can have like a
Dude,
you can have like a simple character.
Oh yeah, I know.
a character who was literally like his childhood was like glass blowing. You know how like they blow into glass,
Yeah.
form it. That was his background. He was a glass blower, but because he was like super like dexterous, right? He's pretty good with his hands, and so he was a rogue. Like he's just really good with his hands, and like he was an assassin. I think he was like a mastermind or something. Rogue that just like was super intelligent and would be like quick on his feet, and like he didn't like thieve. He didn't join a thieves guild. He didn't do any of that stuff. He was a fucking glass blower.
That's cool. And again, that's unique. That's something that nobody would think of. Like, yeah, he wasn't like he was just intelligent. He wasn't somebody that was like built around thievery. He was a fucking glass blower.
He's a fucking glass blower. His family's okay. They just don't like him, and that's where like that's unique. You know, I mean, your family doesn't like you because
They just don't like you.
these reasons.
So
They're
like,
pretty
okay.
good. I just can't remember them.
All right, let's back up like a little bit. Like let's completely like. So, do you want to do this on Gift of Gab, or do you want to do this like separately, like as one, like me, you, Dan, and somebody else, or like just me, you, and Dan get together?
This could
Or
be a
like-
Gift of Gab event.
This
If
could
we...
100
that would be
a
cool.
Gift Gab thing.
That would be
I don't know
cool.
if it's
Gift
going
of
to take over the
D&D.
podcast, or we're going to still have the podcast and just be like an extra.
You could have like so what you guys do is once a week.
Yeah,
how schedules go.
Saturdays.
What's like depend? Wait, what was that again? You kind of both like
We do it on Saturdays.
Saturdays at 8.
so it's weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either you could like start like doing. Is it because like both of you are busy during the week?
Yeah, we both have. He does college. I have a job, so.
Okay, so you could either like do a thing where like half of the segment is D&D, half of it's just a podcast, or you could do a bi-weekly thing. Like, all right, well, this week is D&D. Next week we're just gonna talk. Next week's D&D. You could do a bi-weekly thing, or you could even like, if you wanted to stream it, we could do like a bunch of sessions in a row, but then only upload them to YouTube like on the days that like it's there. Like that's how me and Dawson did. Like we bulk record and then just upload them like once every whenever. So there's plenty of different ways you can do it.
So like I already like kind of anticipated this. So like I already created.
Of course you did.
I already created the game. I already have like the setting figured out.
That's
Like
awesome.
I've already thought about this.
One
What do you
step
do? You
ahead.
make maps, Josh?
What's
Do you make maps, Josh?
So I usually just Google Maps and I'm like, hey man, here's this map, but I'm just gonna explain how it actually looks. But here's this just in case if you can't imagine it.
Have you ever heard of Incarnate?
No. I've been getting
is
YouTube
a-
ads for like chemist something.
No.
Builder.
So if you look up inkarnat.com on Google, like incarnate.com, it is a map making program, but it is very, very extensive. And I can show you. I guess here, just go to the Discord and like I'll send you the maps that I made. I made 2 main maps for my players, but it is very extensive. Like the amount of tools you can use are crazy. Like it is insane. I'm gonna see if I can find them. Oh yeah, here they are.
So I have something to say.
All right.
Ooh,
I
well,
was
Dan has something to say.
Yeah, I have something to say for once. All right, so I went out to eat and we went to Walmart, and I'm looking through like the board games, right? I'm just like looking at D&D stuff actually, and they have this box. It has Minecraft on it, but it is Minecraft. It is Minecraft D&D,
Oh dear God.
and
Interesting.
yeah, I was like, what the heck is this?
You know what you
And
would do?
It could be interesting.
I might go back and buy it. It's like $25.
There's a lot of D&D games. Like I saw, like I was up in Erie at GameStop to buy like this really rare game, and I found a Rick and Morty D&D.
It's
Like
it's like Monopoly.
They get like crazy good ideas. Oh, Josh, those sent in the they sent in the wrong chat.
Hey,
They
I
sent in the
see
wrong
that there.
chat. Yeah, they sent in the
that's
wrong chat. But like, yeah, you can like they are very
Oh, shit.
extensive.
No, I see.
Yeah, they're very extensive, and I'm not spectacular at it. Like that's just what I made when I did it. But like, yeah, it's like you could create some pretty cool stuff when you're in it.
So,
And like I
like,
think it was like I paid $5
I make
for
my
one.
worlds big, dude.
That's
Like,
fine.
they're big worlds.
So yeah, well, the only thing was like, okay, so what the reason that I made like those 2 maps because like when we played in Justin's campaign, that 2E session, that 2E campaign, we were there was one like country, it was called Marfire, but there was a lot going on in Marfire. Like, there was a crap ton to do in Marfire. Like easily the entire story took place there. We weren't supposed to leave. Like if we wanted to, we could, but like that was obviously in something like way down the road. So I kind of based the same thing with this, and like I just like I widened it a little bit, and like I made Boulderfell and Clipshire, those 2 like, and like there was like they just like found an underground dungeon that connects them, but like the other side couldn't figure out how to get past this like puzzle door that doesn't like that it won't open, but it opens from the other side. Like it's just I combined the worlds, but what I did was I actually started with a world map. Like I made a world map, and then I literally just zoomed in on like one section, and that became like at a volcano and a mountain range separates Boulderfell and Clipshire, and that was what I came up with for the first session. Because like if this became more than one session, I'd just have them go to a different area on the main world map that I made.
Okay.
That's how I do it. I am whatever that you want to do for it, I would be down for it. But that was how I did it. So like that's why, just because I kind of like I could contain it more, because I feel like it would be really difficult for me to like write something about every portion of the world. Like I guess is what I'm thinking. Like it would just be like a lot of information to try and take in, like or try and write.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Well-
like when you
Well, you know, I think this is a good place to end the stream here. Actually,
Yeah,
hour and a half in.
talked a lot about.
Now we're
D&D, Skyrim.
131. Yeah, we were very RPG.
It was really,
was a
it
very
was really
big
RPG.
Stream.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey,
Thank you, Kyle.
before we go,
Hi, Kyle.
any questions from the chat? If there's anyone in the chat,
Kyle, you have a question, Kyle?
Kyle, you got a question?
You got a question, Kyle?
It's probably gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he said goodbye. He said
He said
goodbye.
bye. He's gone.
He dipped, didn't he?
It's all right. Here's. Oh,
Was
your
our
day?
day good?
My day was pretty darn good, Kyle. I celebrated my birthday today, so it was very good.
Wow, so did I.
That's awesome. We had some pretty good days. Josh, your day sucked in comparison.
Damn. That's brutal.
I don't even know what you did today, Josh.
I woke up this morning,
trash.
I today was a like I don't know. I slept in a little bit, you know, just a little bit. Then I went out for a quick run. Just trying
That's
to
dope,
I need to
Kyle.
run a little more.
keeping that up.
Have you guys been running?
Yeah, I ran on Wednesday, but you weren't there.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
The one time I don't go to practice. You know, you want to know the reason that I missed that practice?
it was your birthday.
Well, yeah, but I was also I played D&D that night.
Oh,
Because we don't get to,
okay.
cause, yeah, I legit hit the beach today and got for Kyle is living life right now.
Yeah, he is. We're gonna celebrate his
Yeah.
birthday next week. Maybe he'll be.
That's what he
the,
said. That's why I'm celebrating my B-day next weekend.
Maybe he could be the guest.
Oh,
Dude, you're gonna have
If
to
he
widen the
wants.
table a little, Dan.
He's a big man.
Big, give the big man some room.
Yeah, we'll discuss this over some games or something. I don't know. Well,
You know, we could always play like, dude, what if like I rigged my PS4 and like I just played Skyrim in the background of this, like while we talked? Like what?
I've tried that stuff. We tried it last time.
yeah, I remember that. I fell apart so quick.
Yeah, it really did fall apart. I gotta.
What
work
happened?
on, just the screen. and stuff
Audio
didn't work.
gets transferred weird. It is a mess.
Well, I can try it with mine, and like we can see like what happened, because I think that would be cool. Like if we had somebody that just seems like it would be so much easier. Like I mean, like I switched like.
You would have to take control of the stream if you did that, because it would
Well,
just.
that's like that'd be fine, wouldn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't do anything with it, or like even if like we had to like get together to do it. Well, I mean, like I would use like my capture card, and like I would.
I do have a
like, hook
capture
it up.
card.
He has a
What?
capture card.
I have all the stuff.
Is that what you use? Is that what you tried to use?
I downloaded an entire Dream speed run, and with Zach, there's gonna be a thought bubble above his head, and Dream was just the Dream video was gonna be playing in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
It didn't work out.
It didn't. We ran out of time.
Well, so all I was thinking was like I set my capture card up, and then like I use like Elgato to like Twitch, and like I stream to Twitch from my Elgato thing, and then yeah, that would be so. How do you like? Yeah, how do you Twitch stream from like Discord?
Oh no. So let me explain the plan. All right. Actually, let's just end the stream real quick.
All right. Well,
I don't want to talk about the plan.
Hey, dude, we got right as we got another viewer.
Oh, hey there. You know, it's
we got big
we're
plans.
ending,
All
man.
right.
we got plans.
We gotta keep these secrets. Entertain you guys.
You,
Come-
yes.
Please
You're not,
come back.
secrets don't
It's
make
gonna
friends.
be so good. I'm gonna
All right.
be
all right.
joining back.
Oh man. We'll catch you guys all later. Have a good night.